guys, today we're going to take an Old Town Trolley tour through Nashville, so come along and join us.
So where are we stopping?
Looks like there's 13 stops, so Broadway, the Ryman, Legislative Plaza, I'm assuming that's the Capitol.
Could very well be.
Musicians Hall of Fame, Farmers Market, Capitol View, Marathon Motorworks, we saw a show there before.
Yeah, actually we can go check out, what is it, the antique shop? Who is it that runs that again? The Pickers?
Oh, the American Pickers.
Yeah,
right.
well, let's get ready. It looks like our trolley's here.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to Nashville. On behalf of Old Town Trolley and myself, I would like to welcome all y'all to Nashville. If you're ready, how about a big, loud yeehaw? Yeehaw! Alright, you can't leave Nashville without saying yeehaw at least one time. We got lots of different places here. Nashville's been through the Civil War. We've been through floods. We've been through tornadoes. We've been through bombings. But Nashville keeps bouncing back each time. Unfortunately, there was a bombing over there, actually Christmas morning of 2020. So they're recovering from that, and they're going to call it Market Street as a rebuild of 2nd Avenue, and it's going to look like it did in the 1800s. A lot of history here. Gospel Tabernacle. You're looking at the back side of the old Ryman Auditorium. Renamed the Ryman Auditorium in 1904 when Captain Ryman passed away. It was home of the Grand Ole Opry from 1943 to 1974. After 1974, the Grand Ole Opry moved out of that building to its current location, 12 miles from downtown. And if it wasn't for Amy Lou Harris, we might not have a Ryman Auditorium, because it was just an abandoned building from 1974 when the Grand Ole Opry left out of there until 1991. On the other side of the river, it's called East Nashville. A young lady moved in with her dad in East Nashville. She got some trouble as a teenager and moved in with her dad, who owned a barber shop. She went to East Nashville High School, later on Tennessee State University, and then started doing really good at school. By 1974, she started working here at this Channel 5 News as the youngest news anchor in 1974 worked there. You probably heard of her. Her name was Oprah Winfrey. Yeah. So before she had her own TV show and her own channel, this is where she was in 1974. You also got a free Tennessee State Museum. It goes all the way back to the Ice Ages, all the way to music history. Items from the Native Americans, European settlers, very animated Civil War history, Civil Rights history. Items from Elvis Presley, Dolly Parton, Ernest Tubb, Minnie Pearl's hats in there with a price tag on it. And also a hot chicken story in there. Items from Tina Turner, B.B. King, and many others. It's all free all the time, closed every Monday. So definitely it takes you a couple hours to go there. If you have young children, they have a great section for them on the first floor. So all available at stop number 5. Just remember our last trolley takes us to this next stop by 4:30. That's the last trolley day. I'll go this way, I don't know if make that. But this place is an old car factory. From 1907 to 1914 we're going to next. And it started out as a cotton mill in 1881, but they went bankrupt in 1914 because they could not compete with Henry Ford. Henry Ford had the assembly line going on. Henry Ford was able to sell his cars a lot less expensive. So they ended up going bankrupt in 1914. You can still see 6 of the 8 remaining Marathon cars for free across the street if you're interested. Now you can still hand crank the gears in there, and it's a really cool experience if you're interested. A guy named Barry Walker bought the place in 1986 after it was abandoned since 1914. He found dead bodies in there, secret passage roads, all kinds of old machinery in there. So now you can see it all for free, and in between all that machinery is a bunch of retail shops and buying antiques and souvenirs. You can also get olive oil samples in there, moonshine samples, whiskey samples, your choice. It's like 3 different distilleries in that area. The oldest distillery is about $12 for tours and tastings if you're interested in that. And have you ever heard of a TV show called American Pickers? Mike from American Pickers, he owns the antique archaeology, where stop number 7 is. So feel free to check it out. They got restrooms in there, a comedy club, a Harley Davidson shop in there. So one deli for food. So if you're looking for food, there's only one place, and it usually closes around 3. Stop number 7, Marathon Motorworks, the old car factory.
What's that?
Checking out the battery. know, we were looking for a camera. Unfortunately, not a large vintage camera, but if you are looking for one, $550 will get you this beauty.
Doesn't look very convenient to bring around.
It's got the instructions.
Hey, there you go. What is that?
Wolf Boy? It's one of 26 that were found in a cave in Pennsylvania where nothing ever rots. Instead, everything mummifies. Watch episode 2, season 9 for Mike's personal collection. Other than his missing finger, he looks pretty darn good. He's still got all his toes.
Is he a mascot for Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Look how cool this one is.
Now what's this?
The Chicago Coin Op Band Box. So this was once in a bar on 2nd Avenue in downtown Nashville in the early 1900s.
Wow, look how old this is. Very delicate.
Still has the curtains intact.
So I'm assuming you put a coin in and they start playing?
Ideally, I think that's what it was made for. Not sure that it still works, but it makes for an interesting little piece.
Wow, a 1950s
Musketeer hat.
Musketeer hat. That's seen better days.
Look, Charlie Rich's gun. He was a country singer who broke it during an argument with his beautiful wife, Margaret Ann, who you can see a photo of there. He slammed it against the banister, and then he threw it away. I dare you to go look inside.
Uh-oh. I think you dared yourself.
Did you see Evel Knievel's jacket?
Excuse me, I'll get right back.
Go check out the showroom.
Uh-huh.
This was a 110-year-old factory. So Marathon Motor Works started in Jackson, Tennessee in 1907. It was the first factory to totally manufacture automobiles in the southern United States, and the only one to do so until General Motors made the Saturn in 1990.
Wow. Look at that. See the old-fashioned headlight? you go inside? No? Oh. Looks like it's locked. They don't make safes this pretty nowadays.
So before the Kelly Blue Book, we had the Automobile Blue Book.
What's that?
I never show how it was done before.
How it was done?
You have to crank it, remember? That's what they were saying.
Oh, you had to crank it?
Yeah.
So it says that the 4 antique marathon automobiles that are currently in the museum are very rare because there are only 8 known to exist in the world due to melting metals for war and old ways of discarding. That's amazing. Wow. It's crazy.
We're heading into Centennial Park next. This park opened up in 1897 to celebrate our state's 100th year anniversary. Should have opened up in 1896, our state's actual 100th year. But the story behind that simply goes that we were a year late due to budget cuts. To celebrate, we held the Centennial Exposition and International Fair. And to kick off that celebration, President William S. McKinley pressed a button from the White House and sent an electrical relay down here to Nashville, which set off a cannon in the park, which opened up the mechanical gates to the fair. There were over 100 buildings here, all made out of wood, brick, and plaster, designed to look like famous landmarks from around the world that you could walk through and explore. And in each of those buildings were different things, such as a museum, an art gallery, and things talking about Tennessee's 100-year past, possible future, and speaking events. The buildings themselves, though, were not intended to last very long, because the fair only went from May 1st of 1897 to October 31st of that year. And we even created our own man-made lake right here in the middle, Lake Watauga. Now, we created the Parthenon as a way to represent Nashville among all these international buildings because of our nickname, the Athens of the South. But right next door to the Parthenon there, we also created a pyramid. That pyramid was created to represent Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis gets its name from Memphis, Egypt. In terms of ticket sales, the fair generated over $1 million worth of ticket sales, but in terms of any actual profit, the fair only generated about $50 worth of profit. That was pretty good though, considering most world fairs at that time never generated any profit at all. Now there's only one building left from the exposition, which is of course our Parthenon. The Parthenon was too expensive to tear down, and the public loved it so much that they wanted to keep it. So they let the Parthenon sit there, made out of wood, brick, and plaster, using it for events such as weddings and beauty pageants, until it eventually deteriorated and fell apart on its own. Then from 1920 to 1931, they rebuilt the Parthenon out of steel and concrete on the foundation where it stood, made out of wood and plaster. And coming up here to our left in this next corner, we'll see RCA Studio B, where Elvis Presley spent 3 years recording over 200 of his hit songs, as well as a Christmas album in the middle of July. Talk to the folks at the Country Music Hall of Fame. They'll take they'll shuttle you out here and take you on a really good tour of that place that I highly recommend. And here to our left is RCA Victor Recording Studios, or Studio A. That's still used as a studio to this day, known as the Abbey Road of Nashville, because so many famous faces have recorded there, such as Dolly Parton, Roy Acuff, Johnny Cash, Carrie Underwood, and Ben Folds. And here to our left is Starstruck. Starstruck used to be owned by Reba McEntire until 2015 when she lost it to her ex-husband in a divorce. It features 2 state-of-the-art recording studios, as well as a helipad up on the roof. Because when Reba was building Starstruck, she thought she was going to be able to take one of her helicopters, fly into the city every day, and then land right on top of the building. But the city said, absolutely not, no way, Reba, you ain't that fancy. All right, we're heading down 16th Avenue for even more of Music Row. Now, Dolly Parton is the sweetest woman in all of country music. She does so much to help our state out. 25 years ago, she started a program called the Imagination Library, where once a month she'll send a free book to kids all across the country under the age of 5. So that by the time those kids turn 5, they have their own little library in their rooms. My 2 youngest sons are both signed up for that program. They love getting a book in the mail from Dolly every month. I love it because they're good quality books and it's absolutely free. Over those 25 years, she sent over 200 million books to kids all across the country. That's just one of the many reasons why we love Dolly so much. And coming up here to our left, we are going to find Big Machine Records, also the home of Big Machine Vodka. That's the former label of Miss Taylor Swift. It's actually the one that discovered her one fateful night singing in 2004 at the Bluebird Cafe and ended up changing her life forever. It's now the current label of Reba McEntire, the Florida Georgia Line, and the Zac Brown Band, just to name a few. Now, 3 years ago, Big Machine Record Group sold the master rights for the first 6 albums Taylor Swift ever created to a big Hollywood manager fella named Scooter Braun for $300 million. Now Scoots Magoots makes all the money off Taylor Swift's old music, and she doesn't make a penny off of it anymore. She only makes money off the new music that she creates, but she is able to re-record her old albums, and she's been doing that and making her money back. Now, 15 years ago, all of this was a big, rough, industrial part of town that nobody wanted to come to. If you ever found yourself in the Old Gulch, you wanted to get yourself out of here as ASAP as possible. But thanks to good old-fashioned gentrification, it's now one of the greenest neighborhoods in Nashville, one of the most walkable, and definitely one of the least affordable to live in. All that and a whole lot more can be found right here at our stop number 11 for the Gulch. And you'll know that this is our stop because other people love to park here. That's okay because I love to block them in. To our left, we can, in the Nashville skyline, we can see our AT&T Tower, or as we locals like to call this, the Batman Building. Because when you look at it from far away, it looks like Batman's head next to those spires at the top on the left and right side. Those spires also make it the tallest building, not just in the city of Nashville, but in all of Tennessee, at 617 feet tall. It's been here since 1994. If you ever watched the opening scene for the first Matrix movie, around the 4-minute mark, you can see the Batman Building and the Nashville city skyline in the background of that opening scene. But folks, that is going to do it for my tour today. In just a moment, I'm going to pull here into stop number 1, pick up some people, wait just a minute or 2, and then we'll restart the tour from there.
With so much to do here in the city, the Old Town Trolley is a great way to explore without having to take your car around to the different destinations. Included on those destinations is the Parthenon, the Tennessee State Museum, Bicentennial Park, which is also there.
Yep. The Marathon Motorworks.
That's right.
And a whole bunch of other places like Belmont University and the Gulch, where you can go eat and shop. They actually highly recommended everyone get off there because of all the great options.
Absolutely, and the Gulch today is a place where you can go enjoy and have a great time, whereas up until a couple years ago, it was not the most desirable part of town, very industrial, but now it is one of the hottest places to check out here in downtown Nashville. Hey everybody, hope you've had fun watching this video today. We definitely had a great time exploring the city today and showing you all that Nashville has to offer, especially with the Old Town Trolley Tour that we took today. Had 13 stops and we were able to go to different locations and check out the Marathon Motorworks.
Yes, and we learned a whole lot of different history facts that we didn't know before, so definitely highly recommend doing the Old Town Trolley experience. It was a lot of fun, and if you're local, make sure you let them know because sometimes they have buy one get one free specials, so we saved a whole lot of money today.
Yeah, and they call that the hometown special. So if you live within 50 miles of the Nashville area, let them know. And Sweet Caroline, they're having a blast behind us.
Yes, very noisy, but they're having a lot of fun.
You heard them. It's so good, so good. Can't rank the trolley any better than that.
So thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so please share this video to anyone who you think would benefit from learning about the Old Town Trolley tours here in Nashville.
That is a mouthful.
It
Old
is.
Town Trolley.
Yes. So thank you so very much, and we'll see you in the next video.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye.